Hey guys, Justin here. Now in this video I'm going to be looking at what I think are the 5 worst Axis weapons in Normandy. Now these are probably what I think, they're the worst in my opinion. So yeah, some of you probably would expect some of the weapons. Now again, these are all in my opinion, so let's start with number 5. Coming in at number 5 is actually the Mannlicher. Now the reason the Mannlicher is actually at number 5 and only the Mannlicher is, and not say the MUD, is because the MUD actually received a small update that it can actually receive a bayonet. The same with the Kar 98K, but the Kar 98K, you have to earn the bayonets, whereas the MUD gets it by default. The Mannlicher, on the other hand, doesn't, which is why it's getting number 5. Now, as you can see here, there's a bunch of, I don't really like this recoil either, this recoil was not the best. Other than that, I mean, it's a standard bolt action. The only reason it's at number 5 is actually, again, because the MUZ and the Mannlicher... It's because the MUZ and the... what's it called? And the Kar exist. The Kar originally would have made this a bad weapon and contender. But because the MUZ actually has the bayonet, which I'd say is actually worthwhile grabbing, I'm sorry that it has to get number 5. Now, originally, this was actually going to be the Schmeiser, but in fact, in the original draft, this was the Schmeiser, which, again, Oddball mentioned the Schmeiser, but unfortunately, because of the new bayonet change, it's going to have to be the Mannlicher. Anyways, let's now move on to the number 4 rifle. Coming in at number 4 is actually the Kar 98K with the shooting cup. Now, this is the level 17 version of this weapon, not the level level 33 variant. There is actually a difference between the two. Now, it's just the Kar 98K, but the problem with this is, well, it's the Kar 98K again, but it costs 2 silver orders. It's the exact same problem I have with stuff like the Ross rifle and stuff like the Mannlicher and stuff like that. Like, you have little change other than, yeah, you can put the shooting cup on. Like, the shooting cup is okay, but compared to, say, what the Americans have with the M1 carbine and the M1 Garand, those are fine weapons. And, I get it if the Americans had, like, I mean, the problem is, if there was, like, another alternative, like, say, the Gewehr 43 carbine, the Gewehr 43 with the shooting cup, I meant, then maybe I could, you could justify this one, but it's still pretty bad. It's just another Kar 98K again, which, I mean, yeah, it's a Kar 98K, so it's not bad, but when you're looking at something, with, it's got the shooting cup on it, and it's, usually that would justify, a two silvers, but the Kar 98K is already, a 0 order weapon. You get it by default if you're by any soldier. Jesus Christ, this lag. Which, in my opinion, just makes it worthless. Anyways, let's move on to the number 3 weapon. For number 3, I'm sorry, it's the FNAB. Now, originally this was number 2, but the problem I have with it is, I don't like this fire rate at all. Look at this. This is too slow for me. And, yeah, I just don't like that fire rate. Like, I'm pretty sure you can fire it quicker like this with the semi-auto. Like, I'm gonna have to look in the afterwards when I'm, editing down this video to see which one actually, fires like. This is actually a max level FNAB, by the way, so I've got the unfortunity to have one of these. But yeah, I don't like this at all. Now, I know people love this weapon, and if we're being honest, weapon fire, the Mannlicher and the what I got at number what's it, this one? Mannlicher all the way up to this weapon. It's more preference, really. This lag is not nice. But yeah, it's all preference, really, so, and it's not, I'm not saying this is a bad weapon, I'm just saying it's not really needed. Like, You can take this out of the game and nothing would change, really. Because the Axis have so many SMGs. Like, they have the MP40, they got the Berettas, there's the MP38, not the MP38, the MP34, the MP35, the ZK, and they've also got the MP43 for good measure. You know, just a lot of SMGs. Which, you know, the Allies have some SMGs, but they just don't have as much, especially in the early game. Anyways, that being said, let's move on to number 2. Act like you didn't see this coming. At number 2, it's the weapon I generally have no defense for, the Braider. Now, just this thing is god-awful. Look, everything about it sucks. It looks like crap. It generally just... Oh, I hate this thing so much. If you watched my my every level compared video, which I recommend watching, it was a really fun video to make. It was a really cool video. But I literally spent the whole time, I think I said the word shit like 20, 30 times in that whole thing, describing this hunk of junk. Like, it doesn't even look good. Like, every other weapon in the game looks amazing, and I know the Braider does not look good at all. Like, every other Italian weapon looks somewhat cool, or looks you know, or if it's a Beretta, it looks amazing. Obviously, because Berettas are amazing. But this thing, look at it. It's really yeah, like I don't get this weapon at all. Like, you know, people say, oh, you're supposed to do this. You know what also does this? An MG34. It also has double the mag size and can actually hit something when you're firing from the hip. Like, look at this. I'm trying to control this thing and it's like literally hitting the fucking moon. When crouched, it's actually somewhat better. And this is the funny thing, right, with this weapon. When prone, the recoil is even worse. Like, yeah, I'm switching over to my Luger. Yeah, it's hilarious that this is the only weapon in the game, I think, where it's better to shoot crouched than shoot prone. Because if you shoot prone, you're going to have less control over this thing. Anyways, let us now move on to the number 1 weapon, which I think everyone can see coming a mile away. Like, if the Braider didn't make it, like, at number 1, what could? Other than the number 1, obviously. Coming in at number 1, it's going to have to be the Kar 98K with the level 33 Kar 98K. Now, this is just the exact same as the level 17 version, only it's 3 silver orders, not 2. What? I don't get it. I generally do not get this. Like, the M1 Garand with the rifle grenades, at least that one has a justifiable reason. You know, it's a Garand, and the Garand is better than the carbine. But, you know, this is just the Kar 98K again. Like, and the grenades aren't even that good. Like, the Axis have so many good anti-tank weapons. You've got the Sturm pistol. You've got the Panzerfaust. A Panzerfaust should be the go-to anti-tank weapon for the Axis. You don't want to be sitting around just going like this, you know, oh, fiddling your thumbs to build, you know, to get this, to, you know, get the shooting cup. Obviously, I've used up all the ammo, but, you know, and then taking it out where you could have just easily gone like this. Yeah, just no, you know, obviously say that with the Panzerfaust. There's no real reason to use the level 33 shooting cup, that is, over the level 17 shooting cup. Literally, it's outclassed. It's the only weapon in the game, I think, which is outclassed by something that is a lower level than it. Like, what? Like, I don't get that. Like, every other weapon which gets outclassed, you know, gets outclassed by something higher level than it. So, like, the only maybe exception is the MG42 and the MG34, but that's like apples and pears. This is statistically a better weapon than the level 33 version. I was saying it before the update came out that the level 33 version was going to suck. And let's face it, it probably is going to suck. I've seen videos of it being used, and it's just... like, it doesn't even do its job correctly. Like, it's supposed to be like, oh, you can use it as an anti-tank weapon. But it can't destroy tanks! Like, I don't get it. I really do not get it. Anyways, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's a bit ranty, but yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe if you have, and I'll see you guys in the next one.